What if I told you death doesn't always come out of nowhere? What if before it happens, you're actually shown signs? Not something obvious, not something dramatic, but small things. Quiet changes that most people don't even notice. See, most of us grow up believing death is random. One moment you're fine, the next moment everything just stops. And yes, sometimes it really does happen like that, but not always. Because for some people, something begins to shift before that moment arrives. And the strange part is, when it's happening, it doesn't feel like a warning. It just feels normal. That's why so many people miss it. They think they're just tired, or overthinking, or going through a phase. But later, it starts to make sense. Imagine this, just a normal day. You wake up, check your phone, go through your routine like always. Nothing unusual, but something feels slightly off. You can't explain it. It's not pain, not sickness, not anything you can point to. Just different. And over the next few days, you begin to notice it more. Things don't feel the same anymore. The things you used to care about suddenly feel lighter, less important. Not in a sad way, not like you've lost interest completely, but more like you're slowly stepping back. You're still there, still doing everything you normally do. But something inside you feels a little distant. Even conversations start to feel different. People are talking, you're listening, but it's like there's a small gap between you and everything else. You're present, but not fully there. Then, just as you start trying to make sense of that feeling, something else appears. You begin to feel either a deep, unexpected calm or the complete opposite. For some people, it's this strange sense of peace. Like everything is okay, even if nothing around them has actually changed. It doesn't come from solving problems or fixing anything. It just appears, and it feels real. But for others, it's a quiet anxiety, a restlessness that doesn't go away. A feeling like something is coming, but you don't know what it is. There's no clear reason for it, no obvious cause. Yet it stays. And no matter how much you try to distract yourself, it lingers in the background. After that, your mind begins to shift. You start thinking about your life more deeply than usual. Not just random thoughts, but real reflection. Memories start coming back to you. Things you said years ago, moments you forgot about. Decisions you made without thinking much at the time. And now they feel heavier. You think about people you interacted with. Things you wish you handled differently. Conversations you replay in your head. And it doesn't just pass quickly. You sit with it. You think about it longer than you normally would. It's like your mind is slowing down. Just enough for you to really see everything clearly. And you know what's even more powerful about this moment? It's not just you remembering things randomly. There is actually a deeper meaning behind it. There's a narration where the prophet, peace be upon him, explained that when a person is near death, their reality begins to change. Things that were hidden start becoming clearer, and things that once felt distant begin to feel close. So when those memories come back to you, it's not just your mind replaying your past. It's almost like you're being shown it again, but this time with full awareness. No distractions, no excuses, no ignoring it. Just you and everything you've done. And that's why those moments feel heavier than usual. Because deep down, you're not just remembering, you're understanding. Understanding what mattered and what didn't. Understanding what you held on to and what you should have let go. And in that moment, people often realize something they never fully understood before. How fast everything went. All those years, all those plans, all those worries suddenly feel so small. And that realization, it changes how you see everything, even before anything actually happens. And this is where it starts getting more intense. Because now, it's not just your thoughts or feelings anymore. Even your sleep begins to change. You might start sleeping more than usual, or you might find it harder to sleep at all. But more importantly, your dreams feel different. They become more vivid, more detailed, more real. Sometimes you see people you haven't thought about in years. Sometimes you see places that feel familiar, but you can't explain why. And when you wake up, those dreams don't just disappear like they normally do. They stay with you. You remember them, you feel them, and throughout the day, they come back to your mind again and again. Then, something unexpected happens. You feel an urge to fix things, to make things right. You think about people you had issues with, arguments that happened long ago, situations that were left unresolved, and suddenly, you don't care about winning or being right anymore. You just want peace. You feel like reaching out, apologizing, reconnecting, letting go of whatever was holding you back. And no one tells you to do it. It doesn't come from outside. It comes from inside you, naturally, quietly, but strongly, like something is pushing you in that direction. Around the same time, your perception of time begins to change. Days start to feel shorter, moments feel heavier. You notice how quickly time passes, but at the same time, each moment feels more meaningful. You become more aware of time, not just in a general sense, but personally. You begin to feel like your time is limited, not in a panicked way, but in a very real, undeniable way. It's not something you can ignore easily anymore. And then there comes a moment that's hard to explain, a feeling that doesn't come from logic or reasoning. You just feel like something is about to happen. You can't prove it, you can't explain it clearly to someone else. But deep inside, it's not fear exactly. It's not even anxiety in the usual sense. It's something deeper, a quiet awareness that something is approaching. Something that you cannot stop or delay. There are descriptions that suggest that near the end, the unseen world begins to feel closer to a person than ever before. Not fully visible, not something you can clearly see or touch, but no longer distant either. And that's what makes this moment so different from anything else. It's not like any other feeling you've had before. But here's the part most people don't think about. Not everyone notices these signs. Some people ignore them completely. Some people misunderstand them. And some only realize what they meant when everything is already happening. That's what makes this so important. Because these signs are not just there to confuse you. They're not random. They're moments, opportunities, small windows where something inside you is telling you to pause, to look at your life, to think about what really matters, to fix what can still be fixed. Because death doesn't always arrive loudly. It doesn't always come with a warning you can clearly recognize. Sometimes it comes quietly, step by step, sign by sign. So subtle that you could easily miss it if you're not paying attention. And the real question is, if those signs started appearing in your life, would you recognize them? Or would you brush them off, like most people do, until it's too late to understand what they really meant? Think about that.